Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Attack on Cowboys. You see, we have our lovely host. I ain't gonna call you lovely. That was kind of sus. Pause for this. We have our host today, Ray's Cowboys, and we are going to be going over what George Pickens had to say about being traded to the Dallas Cowboys, as he had a conference call yesterday with all the Dallas local media. And I wanted to be able to really just take my time and sink my teeth into each answer that he gave as we dove into this. So without further ado, let's get some housekeeping out the way. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel for me. Take a second, hit that button right below the bottom of the video. Pre-like the video, because I know y'all gonna be entertained, because y'all already know what we got going over here, man. It's a real Wyatt party. You cannot get in. You still ain't doing it right. Pickens off the
Pickens
drink.
off that drink. Dak off the hand.
Yeah. You better get it right, man. But y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel, man. Leave a like and follow Attack on Cowboys on all audio platforms. Spotify, Pandora, your mama's. Never mind. Let's get right into it, Ray. Man, shut your up. George Pickens quote from his conference call. I'm going to let you go ahead and read that first quote right there.
Okay. So here's some of the first quotes he had. This specifically on Dak Prescott, all right? Here's something that we found that was very interesting. He said, Dak Prescott is a very prolific quarterback and smart, and that I'm very glad to work with him. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to play with Dak.
You damn skippy, George! You damn skippy! That's what I'm talking about, man. All these goofies out here talking crazy about our quarterback, and then they don't realize, Ray, they don't realize that Dak is amazing at doing exactly what George Pickens excels at, which is catching that deep go ball, bruh.
Yep.
Down the sideline. George Pickens is going to be outside the numbers, and he gonna be killing dudes while CD is eating up the middle of the field. Our guy Lando Show dropped a crazy graphic for us last night on the live show. If y'all wasn't there, be sure to tune in, because it was a blast. But he dropped a graphic showing the heat maps, and essentially what Brian Schottenheimer said at his press conference, or really it was last season, he wanted every blade of grass being covered on the football field from the defense when it comes to having to deal with his offensive scheme. That he just got locked and loaded with. So I know George Pickens is happy, bro. He was stuck over there with baby hands ass Kenny Pickett, and then he had Justin Fields for a half a season, and Russell Wilson over there doing hip thrusting to Sierra, getting her pregnant over and over again. So, hey, George Pickens.
My goodies. My goodies. My goodies.
Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky fresh in my body. All right, chill out.
Bro, let's go back further than that. His whole career with Pittsburgh, the last 3 seasons he's been in the NFL, has been cheeks far as quarterback. Straight booty cheeks. Mason Rudolph, okay? Mitchell Trubisky, okay? Who else was in there? I can't remember. It don't even matter. But
we already said baby hands Pickett.
Baby hands Pickett, then Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So he has not had consistency at the quarterback position there in Pittsburgh. You have a guy that's had this thing on lock for how many years? Dak been a starting quarterback?
Exactly, bro.
Talented.
Yep. All pro. Something that George Pickens hasn't had a chance to sniff. And we ain't even talking about the fact that GP hasn't had somebody like CeeDee Lamb out there with him either. But we're going to get to that. Yeah. We're going to get to that. I'll go ahead and read the second quote right here, Ray. He says on his maturity, he said, quote, I'm going to take it one day at a time. Everybody in the world is working on bettering themselves. I feel like growth is me moving in the right direction and coming to the Cowboys and bringing my YN energy to the city of Dallas. All right, Ray, what do you think about that quote? All right, my bad. Y'all right. He didn't say that last part. That was me.
Man, that shows, I think, that he's trying to go towards the right direction.
Right.
That's what I take from that. All you can do is take it one day at a time. Everyone's goal should be improving from each day to day. And I think he realizes the opportunity he has here with coming here, playing for the Cowboys and having a star on your helmet, that's life changing for you. That's after your career being a part of the Cowboys. You know how many prominent Cowboys have gone on to go into broadcasting and done such other things in business?
Too many.
So there's a lot of opportunity when that star is associated with you. I don't care what no one says. This still is America's team. People tune into the Cowboys, win, lose, draw, whatever. They're gonna tune into it.
Tune in, bro.
Biggest content channels are probably Cowboys content creators. So there's so much opportunity for being a Dallas Cowboy, and I think he's wanting to embrace that. And he know it comes with the bag. Playing with the Cowboys,
comes with the bag, right?
It comes with the bag. So I think he's gonna be on the straight and narrow. He gonna be in church every Sunday when he ain't playing. I'm joking.
I don't think he's gonna be on a straight and narrow, Ray. Ain't gonna lie to you. He gonna be out there at Oak Cliff. Yeah. he gonna be out there at Oak Cliff, bro, and he gonna be hanging out with all the goons and bringing his YN energy to the city. Because at the end of the day, we don't need George Pickens to try to be anybody that he's not, bro. I need to make it very clear. George Pickens, by all accounts, he's not a bad kid. He's not getting in trouble. He doesn't have legal issues. He's a uber competitive athlete that sometimes lets his competitiveness get the best of him. But he takes it out on the opposing players and sometimes on his trash-ass quarterbacks. But he better not do that to Dak. He better not do that to Dak. I'm going to burn this shiesty if he come out here and do that to Dak.
Oh, but, no, you got to worry about that. People going to stand up for Dak here.
He ain't going to do that. He ain't going to do that. But, bro, George Pickens, he is a competitor. He's not a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. People see the shiesty mask and all that, and they instantly start thinking something else. But I'm trying to change the perception of this shiesty mask. That's part of the reason why I'm doing it. Yes, it's funny, but I'm also trying to show that, man, hey, this mask don't mean anything. You can still get up here and be coherent and show a certain level of intelligence and be a professional and show a certain level of class even while having this type of thing going on, this type of appearance or this perception about you, right? And that's kind of the part of the deeper message of why I'm really pushing this mask right now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But George Pickens, and the reason I say all that is maturity is subjective, bro. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? As long as George Pickens isn't doing things that gets in George Pickens' way, as far as the goals that George Pickens wants to accomplish, then that's all that matters. All that, he needs to grow up and be mature, that's subjective. Because maturity, what does that mean? Does that mean not being yourself, not being demonstrative, not being competitive, not being George Pickens? No. Just make sure that you don't get in your own way. Forget maturity, forget all that, because I don't like that word, because to me it makes it seem like you're trying to fit somebody into a box. Because people call me immature all the time. Little do they know, I'm a serious businessman. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a married family man with a daughter, and I take my personal life very seriously. But people see my entertainment persona, and they call it immature. Same thing with George Pickens. You have no clue what that man is just a regular human being and how he interacts with people as a regular human being. All you see is that competitive flair coming out on the field. So we got to disassociate any negative stigma, especially as Cowboys fans. We need to rehab our guy's image and start disassociating anything that could be taken as a negative connotation on his character. Disassociate that from him being super competitive, bro, because there's nothing wrong with being super competitive. So love his answer on the maturity thing, and it don't sound like to me he's trying to change himself. I think George Pickens is a guy that like, hey man, you gonna take it or leave it, and I respect that because I'm the same way, bro. I'm gonna get me a Pickens jersey, bro. I just gotta see what number it is, because if it's an ugly number, I don't want it.
Yeah, which I'm curious what that number gonna be. I'm curious what it's gonna be. Hopefully we find out here in the next couple of days about that one.
Yeah,
and if we do, we're gonna have a video for y'all about it.
No, real talk. So the next question, Ray, go ahead and take that for us, brother.
Okay, so on this one, he says, on a potential new contract, I'm not thinking about a contract talk. I'm worried about coming here and trying to help build a winning culture. To me, what I read between that is he know his value is going to go up.
You know his value is going to go up, bro.
Yeah. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price. It's not today's price, okay?
No, real talk, bro. Hopefully, he's able to say that by the end of the season. Yeah. Honestly, I want him to do exactly what he wants to do, which is he's not trying to take a contract right now. He's not trying to negotiate a contract because he knows that any negotiation would take place off of the foundation of the stigma that's attached to his name. Exactly. I think that he wants to be able to have a year to be able to work in Dallas, disassociate himself from the foolishness that happened in Pittsburgh and show that, hey, man, y'all got me bent. I'm not a wide receiver 2 out here. I can be a wide receiver 1. We got 2 real weapons in Dallas right now, and I love that he's talking about winning culture. And as much as people felt like, oh, he wouldn't fit Schottenheimer's culture, hey, man, does he? You know what I'm saying? He super competitive, clearly has a passion about the game, bro. He's clearly passionate about football. Otherwise, we wouldn't see him act the way he does on the field and get so competitive with guys, right? If he didn't care about football, we wouldn't see him putting that type of energy into what he does on Sundays, right? Clearly passionate about the game. From all accounts, outside of him being disgruntled with his quarterback playing Pittsburgh, and you would be too, outside of that, it seems like he's a good character guy. He doesn't have any stains on his actual name. And remember, bro, he won a championship with the University of Georgia. So we can't sit there and act like this is a dude that doesn't understand what winning means and what it takes to win. So love that answer as well, bro.
But also on that, that's the back half of that. The back half of that quote, he said this phrase multiple times in a conference call, building a winning culture. Winning culture. He said that about 6 times during a conference call, if I believe. About 6 times he said winning culture.
Yep.
So he knows that he wants to win. He's a winner. He's a winner.
And in football, man, part of building a winning culture is having a handful of guys on your team that's willing to go rob a bank, bro. I mean, that's part of building a winning culture, man.
We saw the 90s Cowboys.
Yeah, come on, bro. You need a couple
cocaine
of
Cowboys, baby.
Team, man. Hey,
them cocaine Cowboys.
For real. You need at least a few of those dudes, though, bro, because let's be real, bro. Anybody playing football at this level anyways, bro, it's not like they brains is completely 100. Bro, these dudes crazy. Y'all know how much it hurt to get hit out there, bro? You got to be crazy to be getting hit over and over and over again and get up smiling, bro. So these dudes, crazy as it is, we need some bank robbers, and I think that George Pickens, he's going to be the head robber. He's going to be the heist master, bro. So love the fact that he's here, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see him and Treshawn holding up the local Chase Bank by the stadium. But either let me stop, bro. Let me stop when they ban me from the Bills before we get there. Did he request a trade? He said George Pickens made it clear he did not request a trade from the Steelers, but also that he's ecstatic to get a fresh start with the Cowboys. And that's good. I'm going to say this. That's a positive thing to hear because he was professional, bro. If he's not the one that went up like, hey, trade me, George Pickens was still trying to be a professional. He was still trying to go about his business every day and was just going to work. It was just going to work and just be silently pissed off. And some of us do that every day in real life. So we can't knock nobody for doing that in a sport, bro. They're humans, bro. They are allowed to go to work and hate the work environment, right? Yeah. But he was trying to be a professional. He didn't go and try to force anybody's hand or anything. And you got to appreciate that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah. For sure. I think he really wanted to prove himself there.
Come on, Ray. Come on, Ray. That's not good. Ray, that's not good podcasting, man. That's not good. You can't be in here burping at people's ears, Ray. We just woke up, Ray. We can't be hearing that. No, don't be laughing, man. That's funny, man. It ain't funny, man. It ain't funny, bro. Ray, it's not funny, bro. Don't be burping in my ear, bro. I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit, bro. God dang, bro.
But no, I think he really wanted to prove people wrong there in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But here's the thing though, they just signed DK Metcalf. Essentially, they are the same player, and they just gave a bag to DK. Then they don't have to turn around and give a bag to Pickens. How you gonna give a bag to Pickens? You don't even know who your quarterback is. So
I think they were just ready to trade him out. I think that they just understood that George Pickens had lost patience with the process with Pittsburgh. I think that he was losing patience with the process. And so they were like, okay, let's trade him out with a receiver that's essentially kind of on the same tier. I'm going to go ahead and switch out our Pickens. Let's get a DK Metcalf. And we're just going to switch out our receiver. I think that's what Pittsburgh was doing. I think they were just kind of resetting the receiver room. I don't think that just because a player gets traded, we cannot do this thing to where just because a guy gets traded to the Cowboys, all of a sudden we have to figure out, oh, what's so wrong with him? Where we seen Christian McCaffrey get traded and nobody even started asking any questions. Oh, why would they trade Christian McCaffrey? Nobody did that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody did that when any of these other guys get traded, bro. So we're not going to do that to GP, and we ain't going to entertain that. All right, so we're going to go to the next slide here, and he discussed working with CeeDee Lamb. Ray, go ahead and read that one for us, bro.
He said George Pickens says that CeeDee Lamb is a super dynamic receiver, super dynamic player. He's known Lamb for a while. It excites me a lot to play with him. When someone asked him how he balances desire to have an impact versus getting the ball to other players like Lamb, he said, it excites me a lot.
Come on, gang. You need a Rosetta Stone.
In the game of football, we can work off of each other, and that's why it comes back to building a winning culture. There's that saying again, winning culture. Okay, so he understands, like you said, when he was in Pittsburgh, he had what Deontay Johnson he had there, Claypool. I mean, solid receivers, but none of them on the level of CeeDee. I feel like he trumped, his level was better of play than it was those other players he was playing with in Pittsburgh. He ain't played with a guy like CeeDee who basically took over last couple of seasons.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is going to help all three guys, bro. This is going to help CeeDee. This is going to help George. This is going to help Dak. This right here, bro. I honestly, it's still kind of surreal, and I really don't think the Cowboys fans have like really let it sink in just how big of a deal it is to have two receivers in their prime, bro. Both of these dudes, like CeeDee's what 26, George Pickens is like 24.
24, bro. Yeah.
These dudes are, bro. I can't think of the last time we had two receivers in that type of situation, Amari and CeeDee. But even then, I mean, it's just different. It's a little bit different this time, and I think that even George Pickens and CeeDee, it's gonna be a whole different turn up from Amari and CeeDee. That's just my personal opinion. But George Pickens was asked how he sees himself in an offense with CeeDee Lamb, and he said he definitely sees himself on the outside. He doesn't really understand the notion of a 1A, 1B receiver. When I used to watch football, there was always a good receiver, and there was always a good receiver on the side of him. So I just feel like we're going to work off of each other really well. And I love that point, bro. We don't have to put no labels on it. We don't have to force this, George Pickens is our wide receiver 2 narrative. No. He was the X. He was the wide receiver 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. Let that man come over here and let us as Cowboys fans just be excited that we got two receivers that are arguably top 10, top 12 receivers in the league. That's what we need to be excited about. I don't care about no labels, bro. I don't give a damn if he X, Y, Z, element of P. I don't care, bro. I don't care. We got Pickens and CeeDee, Ray.
Yeah. Let's
you gonna say something? Come on, gang. You gonna say something besides
I'm getting there.
No, come on, man.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's not
I'm getting there.
Ray.
He's gonna help the offense all around. It's gonna help Jake Ferg in the seam, and Dak likes throwing them seam passes. So the middle of the field is going to be open more. It's also going to help the run game too, because we're going to put your attention to the receivers, the run, it can cause confusion. If Shoddy's able to come here and set the offense that he wants to, it's going to cause confusion. And that Shoddy said he wants to do a lot of motion things too. It draws people, okay, which way do we take our attention to? It's going to be very, very amazing to see. I think it's going to be very dynamic. Dak should have an MVP season.
Dak should have an MVP. Bro, he put up 1,700 receiving yards with CeeDee Lamb and almost won the MVP with just CeeDee Lamb as a receiving threat. What is it going to look like now? And matter of fact, I kind of have an idea what's going to. You remember when Dak was on track to throw for like 6,000 yards that season before he got hurt?
Yep.
What year was that? It was like 2020. Was it 2021?
Was it 20?
I think it was the calf strain year. Where he was like on track to throw for like 6,000 yards or something like that. Bro.
Is that where Cooper Rush started like those 5 or 6 games?
Yeah, I think so.
4-1 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that's
22.
Yeah, I think it was one of those years. Yeah. Y'all in the comments, let us know what year we talking about. But if Dak was able to do that, bro, with Amari and CeeDee, I think those are the receivers he had. Then, brother, I've been watching George Pickens highlights, and I'm like, brother, the ball location. It don't matter where the ball is thrown. You can throw it at the dirt. You can throw it towards the sideline. You can throw it in the heavens. George Pickens is going to try to make a play on that mug. And I absolutely love that, bro. People talk about he gives up. Bro, he only give up if he know damn well the read ain't coming to his side of the field, bro. Let's keep it a buck. That's when you gotta see those bad habits. And I'm sure that's something that Shotty do. That's coaching. I'm sure that's something Shotty do. Like, hey man, we need you to sell. We need you to be a decoy. It's another guy on the other side. We need you to be a decoy every single play, bro. And maybe that's why GP was getting disengaged. He was like, man, these other receivers in Pittsburgh, they suck, man. None of these dudes should be getting the ball more than me. But I mean, I'm excited. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't know when I'm gonna take this shiesty off. I've been going to sleep with this mug on.
This is good luck shiesty.
No, real talk. This is good luck shiesty right here, bruh. Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens on how he could compliment CeeDee Lamb. He said, quote, schematically, you can't double everybody. It'll be good for me and him. And we just kind of talked about that a little bit, bro. Like, this is, I mean, I don't know if we've seen a Cowboys offense is going to open up the way that this one's going to open up. And the reason I say that is, yes, 2021, 2022, there's a couple of really good seasons where we had number one type offenses, but they were still Mike McCarthy offenses, bro. They still were not modernized offenses. Those were offenses where you're being carried by your star players making plays, bro. Like, those are those kind of offenses. Not like the scheme was creating all of these opportunities for guys. Your star players were just playing out of their minds, bro.
Yeah. And also think about this, too. George Pickens is replacing essentially Brandon Cooks.
Right.
He could do way more than what Brandon Cooks did. First off, let's look at the size difference. George Pickens is like 6'3" versus, what was it? Brandon Cooks like 5'10".
Yeah, something like that. Oh.
Bro, look at that. So you got those jump ball opportunities there. Like, there's so many opportunities. You got CeeDee 6'2", so you got two decently sized receivers that are pretty quick. Even though Pickens is big, he's pretty quick.
Yeah, bro. He 4.47.
Yeah,
you dang straight. He quick, bro. 4.47.
So you add that type of, oh my God, you add that type of speed.
You getting excited thinking about it, ain't it? You getting excited thinking about it.
I'm just imagining, bro. Like everything on this offense is gonna open up. Like everything.
And what's more beautiful, and we're going to get into this. We're going to probably have another show where we get into this at some point. What's more beautiful, Ray, is we got the same type of effect on the other side of the ball now with the defensive ends.
Yes, boy. We talked about that on the live stream too last night, so go check that out. Greatest show on turf part 2.
Woo!
The only thing,
I know y'all getting hyped watching this because I'm getting hyped talking about it.
The only thing that's gonna stop this offense is them curtains not being up at AT&T Stadium.
He said only the sun god Ra himself can stop the Cowboys this year, bro. Only Ra himself can stop the Cowboys. Hey, bro, Jerry better close them goddamn on curtains, bro. Hey, Pickens gonna go crash out on Jerry ass in that suite. He gonna be like, oh, hell no, man. You gonna see who he gonna be pointing at the sun. You got me messed up. Hey, he gonna be beefing with the sun on the field. Jerry gonna be like, close the blinds right now. He's crashing out. He is crashing out.
Close the blinds.
Close the blinds. On his highest yards per catch average in the league the last 2 years, Pickens says, quote, I kind of embrace that and hone in on that when I'm on the field. Whether that's a slant, last couple of years has been a go ball. That's why I led the category in that, but just trying to catch every pass. And that's facts. And I just kind of talked about that a little bit, bro. I mean, it don't matter where you can throw it, man. Like I said, Baby Hands Pickens was out there throwing him ducks and stuff, bro. And the dude was making plays all over the field, whether he was going to the ground, tiptoeing on the sideline, acrobatic one-hand catches behind his head. It don't matter, bro. GP, I'm excited!
Yeah, bro.
Oh, my God, I'm excited, bro.
I can't wait to see the first practice of him and Dak throwing the ball together.
Come on,
like, bro. I just can't wait to see it, bro. I know that fool. He gonna come in here. I think he gonna come here ready to work, man. He wants to win. Bro wants to win.
And he got a lot to prove, bro, because people been talking crazy about him. And I don't think that George Pickens has ever had that type of attention on him that he's going to get as a Cowboy. And it's two things, Ray. You know, I've been living by this, bro. You turn all negativity into progress. Yep. I'm living by that, and I hope that George Pickens kind of adapts that same type of stance, bro. Take all that negativity, take all that negative energy that people are throwing your way now that you have that star on the side of your helmet, bro, and make them eat them words, man. Make them walk down the street with 3 shoes on, 2 on their feet and 1 in their ass. Please. Please, bro. Please. But either way, Ray, we got to get into the last word real quick. And I just want to know, do you have anything that you need to say to the people?
Yes. First off, make sure you subscribe to Ray Ray's Cowboys and Ray Ray's podcast. If you like to hear stuff outside of Cowboys
only on his
stuff,
TikTok or X or something though, because I'm monopolizing YouTube, bro. So.
Hey, say man, hey, no, we doing it. Hey, so Ray Ray's podcast
man,
everywhere.
Hey,
go to YouTube right now.
Bro.
YouTube right now. Ray Ray's podcast. I'm joking. So if you like stuff outside of Cowboys, I interview a bunch of great people, like wrestlers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I want to say this: do not judge a guy you do not know.
Mm-hmm.
You do not know this guy personally. You know what you've heard, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Let this dude play on the field.
Damn, I feel a bunch of parallels between myself and George Pickens, right?
Okay.
Woo!
And let his actions, what he do in Dallas, define who he is before y'all have these pre-stigmatisms and stuff about this guy, man. Don't judge someone you don't know based off of something you heard.
I love that, Ray. I love that. And for my last word, Ray, I'm about to piggyback off what you said. Y'all better quit playing with me, bro. Quit playing on my name, man. I'm that guy out here, bro. I'll be the villain if I need to be. But I'm going to make y'all cry salty tears because all y'all going to have to do every night is watch AOC work his ass off and force success. And excellent show. Once again, y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video. Go to all the audio platforms. Leave a 5-star rating on them. So don't just go to the platforms. Leave a rating on there if you're really trying to help AOC. You're really trying to help Ray Ray's Cowboys. If you're trying to help the Attack on family, go ahead and do your thing on all these different platforms. Show love to Ray Ray's Cowboys on his platform. Let's get him to 100 subs. And in addition to that, y'all, the show don't stop here. This was just the first half of Attack on Cowboys Live for the morning. We're going to have another segment, Ray's Corner, dropping on Ray Ray's Cowboys YouTube channel later on at some point. I'll promote it on my community post as well, but y'all be sure to subscribe to his channel so y'all can be locked in for that. But either way, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Until next time, how about them Cowboys?
It's a YN party. Y'all can't get in.
Yeah! Pickens off the drink and
Dak
off
the
head.
head.
Shut your up.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo! Horse on my boy shot. Hey!